Shut up, Wesley.
Boom, bitch! Charge!
Oh my God.
Oh God.
It's so good.
This is unbelievable.
It's so good.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
Everybody does it sometimes. I went to town on myself this morning. That's why I look so relaxed right now.
God, this whole ship is gross.
The tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
I am told your people are known for creating some of the most sought-after pornographic simulations in the galaxy.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new fun thing.
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm gonna mess them up first.
Oh wow! Sweet emotion.
As I am incapable of stuttering, I must conclude that you heard me.
I wish to bring you erotic pleasure. Let us experience this sexual event.
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
Hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
Now entering Glory Hole.
Egotastic FunTime.
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking the Orville on Egotastic FunTime. Today is a wonderful day. You know it's a wonderful day because today is the season 2.5 finale of the Orville, starring Tala Kiali, John Lamar, and Claire Finn, Dr. Claire Finn, and then a bunch of baddies that we're gonna take care of. It's gonna be an exciting time. It's also exciting because I'm gonna be doing it live, a live reading. So bear with me as I make words from the screen through my eyeballs out of my mouth. And it's also exciting because the Orville is back in production for season 3. More and more going on every week. More people showing up to the studio, getting those table readings done. Things are getting set up, getting ready to film. It's an exciting time as a fan of the Orville evangelist, you guys. And of course, we're going to talk about anything else we want to talk about, but we're also going to get this story going. Heroes Part 2. I do have some thoughts on this story, which I'll save till after we read it, but also I want to see what's going on with you guys right now. Pranakasha Productions, Adam of Grey Skull. More people are filing in. Hopefully you can hear me. Seems like you guys can hear me. As we know, YouTube is pretty bad at keeping track of who is here right now at the beginning of a stream. It's just me and Adam of Grey Skull as far as YouTube's concerned, but I can see there's a lot more people here than that. What's going on, Brian Dawkins? How are you guys doing today? What is it, Thursday? Thursday's Orville Day. Thursday is Orville Day. Even when the Orville isn't airing, it's always Orville Day. Now, I usually do these streams on Thursdays on the Egotastic FunTime Twitch channel, but I needed, when I do a reading, I do it here on YouTube, and today was the day I had time to do the reading, so instead of streaming on Twitch, I am streaming right here on the YouTubes, but of course we will be back tomorrow on Twitch for the weekly, every Friday on the Egotastic Twitch channel. We do a watch party. It's been a Star Trek watch party for the last few weeks, and tomorrow will be no different. It'll be a Star Trek watch party. I have not yet decided which episodes of Star Trek. Now, of course, I'm talking the original series, Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise. That's the stuff that we watch. Haven't decided exactly what episodes we're going to watch. It's always a double feature. I do want to have it somewhat include some episodes of Legacy Star Trek that kind of coincide with the latest episode of Discovery, which aired today, The Sanctuary. So I'll try to find 2 episodes that in some ways kind of have some sort of content matter to do with the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 3. What's going on, Rick? Hey, JP. Hey, everyone. Give me all your money. No, you give me all your money. No, I'll give you some money. When I get some money, Rick, I'll give it to you. You know, one good turn deserves another. What do you guys got planned this weekend? Do you have any Star Trek plans? I try to always have some Star Trek plans every single week of my life. I've been doing it, ever since things became streamable. It used to be hard. You have to go find Star Trek somewhere, airing somewhere, which it still does, of course, but now it's so easy. You just pick what you want to watch and you watch it. So I try to watch something every single week. The watch parties on Twitch have been doing a really good job of keeping me Trekified at least 1 week of my life every single week. What's up, Ball Dust Wonder Cure? Greetings to you. Pranakasha Productions just dropped $5. How's it going? What's up, Matt? How you doing? Matt's been first one to do a super chat today, so therefore you get the big working 9 to 5. She speaks with the might of 100 soldiers. Thank you very much. How's it going? It's going good. I was writing my review. I decided this week to write a script for my review of Discovery. So I probably got it a third of the way written. Hopefully we'll have it finished tomorrow morning. And then I can film that bad boy and have it up tomorrow in the afternoon, early evening. So you guys can know what I think of the latest episode stuff, questions that I had, or predictions. I'm like, ooh, what's this about? Is this going to happen? That sort of thing. Pranakasha says, hola, JP. Would you find it in your ego heart to read a few lines that I might provide using a world leader / cosmic narrator voice? Yeah, I'm not going to start the reading for a few minutes now, so go ahead. What you got? I'll read something. I'm reading a text right now, you guys. I'm not going to read it in a cosmic voice, though. There's just somebody texted me, and I feel like I should read it to myself. All right. Don't need to respond to that. Don't need to respond to that. Ooh, I like scripts. Well, I find when I'm making videos, you guys, that scripts are when I script something, Those are videos that I dislike the least. It's tough writing a script for the videos, but I find it very succinct and has a good flow, and I usually come up with better ideas when I'm writing them down and putting them, formulating my thoughts onto the digital page. But it is a big extra to do for the brain, where it's like, oh no, I gotta write a script. But I always just like the product better. I always like the videos that I put out better when I write a script. So I'm going to be trying to do, even though it's tough, a lot more scripted material like I used to do. Now there's a bunch of reviews of there's about, I think 3 or 4 episodes, or like 3 episodes this season of Discovery that I haven't done a review for. Now I've been doing like kind of car time reviews, which are fun, which are cool. But I really want to put my best foot forward over the next month and a half. The next month and a half is the time where I'm like, I'm deciding. Is it time to go get a job? I think it is. But I'll still always be doing Egotastic FunTime. I'll just have to do both. JP, as always, you look like the guy who got into the club because you know the DJ. Absolutely, I know the DJ. Where's my button for that?
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
Okay, Pranakasha wrote some lines. Okay, we have defeated those who put us down. They who would sooner stamp us out like it, but we bounce back anew, like tardigrades. We have defeated those who would put us down. They would sooner stamp us out like ants, but we bounce back anew, like tardigrades. There, I did it. Ball Dust Wonder Cure. Hope you are doing good with all the COVID stuff. Hope your channel starts growing exponential again. It's all up to me, Ball Dust. By the way, I love the name Ball Dust. New band name, I called it. Ball Dust. Ball Dust Disco. Yeah, it's all up to me. It's all up to me. COVID has been, I've been very lucky. I've been keeping my masks on for a long time. I've been keeping my distance when I go out. All that good stuff. Not a bunch of, not going to big gatherings or anything like that. Barely small gatherings, and they're pretty small if and when I go. But, a lot of people have had have been hit really hard with COVID. Really, really hard. Let's not forget them. Keep them in our thoughts. Archmage Frey, there will be scripts, and don't forget the scripts at the one and only Carnicle of Scripts. Carnicle of Scripts? Carnicle of Scripts. Bravo, says Pranikasha. Thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, scripts. I used to write scripts for every video. I've written hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of scripts, you guys. And this last year, I haven't been really doing very many scripts, though I have done some. It's a big to-do, and I'm like, you know what? I'm proudest of my scripted stuff, and I feel better. Once it's done, I feel better. But, it's as a creator, and I'm sure lots of people through many parts of our lives go through this sort of thing when we have to do something or create something. That little voice in our head is telling us we're not good enough, that nobody wants to hear from us, that we'll never be able to do it. But then you just got to do it anyway. And then when you do it, do it, you feel really good. But then you got to move on to the next thing instantly. Carnival. All right, Carnival of Scripts. Living on a farm is like that, though. We all live on a farm in one way or another. Have you a revolutionary world leader voice? That I don't know. I'd have to practice that. That just means being louder. We have defeated those who would put us down. They who would sooner stamp us out like ants. But we bounce back anew like tardigrades. That's about what I got, I guess. Hello, I must go because of homework. Have a great day. Hey, Video Awesome, go do that homework, bud. Get that homework done. Much more important than a live ego stream. Because if you don't do that homework now, you got to do it later. And I tell you right now, you don't feel like doing it later. You're going to be busy later. So I'm excited for this new story. This is the finale of season 2.5. I'm pretty sure there's no more coming out for this season. It seems like, though, that for the Orville, these comics are a part of the show. They're important to the show to put these out, and a lot of them are scripts that are great, but wouldn't necessarily work in the live action format. So, especially this one, I don't think this one would have worked in the live action format. The way that it's portrayed, they would have to scale it down and make it a little bit more, I don't know, different types of aliens and different types of situations. That's the spirit. But it's very nice to get some more Tala Kiali stories. I'm really looking forward to knowing more about Tala in season 3. I want to know more about her family life. I want to know more about her time on Celea. Where she came from. When we first were introduced to Tala in season 2, episode 4, I want to say it was, or was it 5? Anyway, Nothing Left on Earth Excepting Fishes, I think, is the episode where we first met Tala. And, we know that she served on a ship before the Orville. I want to know a little bit more about that as well. JP, can you please recap part 1? Okay, yeah, it's very simple. When Tala was younger, not younger, she was an ensign on another ship. Can't quite remember the name of the ship. She went on a mission to this planet, can't remember the name of the planet right now, where the people look just like Seleans. They don't have any superpowers or anything like that. It's just a regular gravity planet. And she went there, and she was in charge of kind of not necessarily a first contact, but seeing what was going on, kind of staking out the place to see what the planet is about. And she couldn't find any real connections between these people and I think it's the Umatu and Seleans, but there must have been some sort of colonization a long time ago. But it turns out there's some, so she goes there. It's a nice, peaceful planet. No technology, really. They're farmers, really nice people. It's like a utopia. And now she's on the Orville. They go back to the planet because there were some readings or something like that. And so she goes back to the planet to see what's going on. And there's some intergalactic bad guys on the planet that have enslaved the people and are making them dig out, I think it's Dysonium, which is what quantum engines run on in the Planetary Union. That's why they were staking out the planet like years before. It's because the planet had all this Dysonium, but they figured out because they were pre-industrial society that it would be a big disruption to mine the Dysonium. So the Planetary Union left the planet alone because it would have been a big prime directive, even though they don't have a prime directive, but a prime directive type of situation. They decided they just want to leave the people alone. But these other aliens came on, some Ferengi style aliens, and have enslaved the people and are making them mine for the material for their own purpose. So the Orville is ordered not to interfere, that the Union will take over negotiations to figure out the situation, and that's not good enough for Tala. So Tala goes back to the planet with a plan to become the planet has this old story of some hero called Xandria that helped the people from enslavers a long time ago. It's just a children's story, really. Well, she decides to take on that character and help try to scare the bad guys away. So in the last episode, at the very end, she shows up in like a superhero costume, ready to take down the bad guys, to scare the bad guys away. And that's where it left off. And now we're going to pick up from that point where she just showed up, pretending to be a superhero. She has superpowers and stuff like that. Of course, she's Selene. She's super strong. She can take a hit. So she's going to try to pretend to be this Xandria character, this folklore character, to scare the alien bad guys away. And we're going to see what happens in part 2. Now, of course, this is uncommissioned. This is not a legit operation. This is not an order from Edge. Tala, John, and Claire decided to take this mission on by themselves during some vacation time. They're on leave, basically, and they're going to do this while they're on leave. Ed knows nothing. He knows something's up, but he says it's best if you don't tell me anything that's going on. So John, Claire, and Tala are going to help in their free time. This is not an official commissioned mission that they're supposed to be on. No problem, Rick. Balda says, hey JP, what do you think about Warner Brothers releasing Dune, Matrix 4, and many more movies next year on HBO Max and in cinemas simultaneously? I'm guessing everyone's going to be getting HBO Max instead of going to the cinemas. Yeah, a lot of movies. Now, do not forget, that's the movies that are being released next year from Warner will be on HBO Max for 30 days when each one gets released, and then they'll disappear. But they still will be available in the movie theaters for people that have safe movie theaters to go to. I'm more akin to watch it at home on HBO Max. But don't forget that on Christmas Day, December 25th, Wonder Woman 1984 comes out on HBO Max simultaneously in the movie theater. It's the same thing, but that's the 2020 release. So don't forget, if you have HBO Max, you will be able to watch Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas Day and probably for 30 days after that. For the rest 30 days after that, I'm guessing. Who wouldn't watch it within the first 30 days? I don't know. I'll be watching it on Christmas Day. Thank you, Santa. Do I think this is the end of movie theaters? No. Movie theaters will be coming back, but they just can't right now. Not until we heal the world from our worldwide health emergency. But movies will come back. I hope they kind of keep up the release on streaming services type of thing as well, because I don't need to go to the movies for every single movie, but people want to go to the movie theaters. I think going forward, movie theaters will always be different now. Always, but there's a community thing. There's a getting out of the house thing, which is why people like going to the movie theaters. They could watch it at home, but they're like, I want to get out of my home. I want to go have a communal experience with other people watching some movie that, hopefully is good. So I don't think movie theaters are dead, but I do think they're down and out for a little while. Oh well, they've been around 100 and some years. They can take a year or two off. I'm fine with that. Now I haven't seen any footage for Matrix 4 at all. I haven't looked for it either. Lone Puppy says Matrix 4 looks like Neo and Trinity live and are old as they are now. Wonder if we finally find out Zion was another layer of the Matrix. Oh, that'd be awesome. I hope so. I hope so. It's just a big online dance party in a cave. That sounds like something on an online game. That's an online game. Everybody show up to the cave at whatever hours on whatever day, and we're gonna have a dance party. Everyone use your dance emotes. It probably was. Yeah, and you hate not being able to pause for bathroom breaks. Yeah, that becomes more and more. I find that becomes more and more of a problem as we get older. I wouldn't mind pausing for bathroom breaks every once in a while. Rick says, I was a hermit before COVID. Nothing much has changed. I'm a hermit too. I've always stayed home a lot, but it was still nice to go out, have the option to go out. I used to have the option to turn people down. Now I don't even have that option anymore. It felt so good to say no to things. Or to say, yeah, I'll try to make it. I'm not going to make it. But every once in a while I would. Yeah, I'm the same way with movie theaters. It's really hard to go. Well, it's actually very easy to go to a movie theater right now. A lot of movie theaters are open, and they're, from what I've experienced, very safe. I just still don't feel like going, but I've gone once. And there's not a lot of people there anymore, so it's actually a good time to go to the movie theater, because just wear your mask. There's no one there. It's pretty good. When people start going back to the movie theaters, that's when I'll stop wanting to go. Let's see what time we got here. In about 4 minutes, I'm going to start the reading, you guys. We're going to have a Orville-tastic fun time. Now this one's a lot harder for me because there's a lot more female voices. And I do my best to do female voices and not make it sound like some dude trying to make fun of female voices. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't read this. I read this comic. I haven't read it out loud. There will be scripts. So there have been some pictures coming from the Orville production on the Fox lot. Nothing substantial yet, you know, more kind of behind the scenes of, oh, we're at lunch right now, and, you know, oh, here's an office, here's the back lot, you know, people arriving there. They're not, it kind of looked like Penny Johnson-Gerald posted a video. It wasn't Orville related. I think she posted it yesterday, where she's just saying, hey, you know, be good, be yourself, you know, you matter, blah, 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 blah. You know, a nice little, you know, trying to big you up a little bit, make you feel good about being you. Wasn't Orville related, but it kind of seemed to me like she was in the table read room when she posted that. It kind of felt like she was on the lot. Pretty sure they're on the lot. Most of the actors are on the lot. I don't know what they're going to do with Jessica Zor, Tala, the star of today's comic. She's very pregnant. And those uniforms are incredibly tight. Incredibly tight. All the actors are saying, always comment about how the uniforms are so crushingly tight. I don't know what they're going to do with Tala scenes. Hey, Star Weaver, how you doing? Uh-oh, female voices. Could you also do also the voices as if you were Borat doing them? No. Not unless there's not unless someone in the comic says, my wife. But yeah, Balldust, I'm actually very excited that I have HBO Max. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Mark Trammell says, just jumping in to say hello to y'all and give a like. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, those likes, those comments, all do well for your favorite YouTubers. It tells the algorithm that you are engaged. CG out the baby bump. Well, you have to CG out a lot of stuff. the weight goes everywhere. A little bit, mostly in the bump. But yeah, I follow Jessica Zor on Instagram. She has a nice account, always fun. She's posting lots of pictures, pregnant pictures. She's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And from what I hear, she's an amazing person. I bet you she's going to be a great mom. Simple answer, JP. Have Tala pregnant on the show. Oh, but she's going to go the first half of the season, she won't be pregnant. And then the second half of the season, bam, she's pregnant. No, it would still sound like the Orville voices, but it would be Borat doing Orville voices. So it'd be like, no, you will be silent. My ex-wife. Kelly's my ex-wife. Watching Enterprise Season 1 again. Haven't seen it in a long time. So entertaining. Yeah, I'm very much into the second half of Season 1 of Enterprise. And love Season 2. Well, I love all the seasons, really. But I think I do have a tougher time with the first, I don't know, 4 episodes of Enterprise. I think it's just because I've seen them too many times. They kind of bore me a little bit. Plus, I'm like, with the first 2 episodes, I'm like, come on already. Let's get out in space. Leave these stupid Vulcans behind. Yeah, they did split production. It's a hardcore split production. A very hardcore split production. But also, the style of filming that they did for Season 3, oh God, what do they call it? I want to say batching, but I don't know if that's what it's called. It's called something else, I think. They weren't necessarily filming all the episodes chronologically. You know, they'll get some scenes for, you know, episode 8, and they'll get some scenes for episode 1, and, you know, like movies do. That's how movies film things. Because Season 3 is basically like a movie. An 11-hour movie, you guys. All right, it is time to start this reading. This is a very different episode of the Orville. I don't know if they could have done this episode for the actual show, but it is a good story. You're watching DS9, found episodes I've missed. Yeah, DS9 is the show that I have the least familiarity with, which would have come in handy. I mean, I'm very familiar with the Trill, but they're going really deep with Trill stuff in Discovery. So I'm like, man, there is a lot of Trill stuff I don't quite know, even though I kind of do know. All right. Let me get this up for you guys. Boom. Boom, shaka to the laka. There we go. There we go, yo. Okay, so let me go back. All right, this is the Orville, Season 2.5, the finale, Heroes, Part 2 of 2. Now, as you can see here, for those that didn't see Part 1, this is Tala in her Zorro-style superhero costume. And then this is the girl from the planet that she knew when she was there before. She was a little girl at the time. This is the bad guys, kind of look like shaved cats. And there's good old John and good old Claire. Written by David A. Cabeza. No, I'm sorry. Drawn by David Cabeza. Written by David A. Goodman. All the Davids, you guys. David A. Goodman, of course, is an executive producer and one of the head writers for the actual Orville. He's written all the comics so far. Created by Seth MacFarlane, of course. We have some great likenesses here. I really love the way that David Cabeza draws these actors. There's always certain frames or certain looks where they're just dead on. I'm like, oh, I've seen her make that face before. So picking up where we left off, they're going to shoot at you. 27 hours ago, which is why I made this out of Mocklin body armor with some added reinforcement. Their weapons aren't as powerful as ours, so you'll be able to take a few shots, no problem. But the thing I'm really proud of is the sword. Made it from a piece of hull plating. Can cut through almost anything. Watcha! Do you have any experience with a sword? I have a little. But I can improvise. Oh, she's tearing them up, you guys. I am Xandria, the protector of these people. Tell Illis I said to get off our world. Go! Are you really? I am really a friend. Take care of your father. Oh, Tala did a huge Selene jump. We haven't seen that since the pilot episode when Alara did that. I didn't remember that Xandria could fly, or even that she was real. Oh, she's real. And I know who she is. No broken bones. Looks like the armor did its job. The question is, did they buy it? Even if they didn't, they'll be coming after me, which is what we want. She did what? She sliced our weapons with her sword. And you needed weapons to defeat one woman? She was unusually strong. She threw me with one hand several meters. We can't leave this attack unanswered. All we need is for the Akutum to think they can fight back. Deploy the Juggernaut. You have your orders. We will find her and capture her. No, you idiot. Damn, it's a Juggernaut, you guys. You will find her and kill her. Looks like they got themselves an RV. I've got to lead that tank away from the village. It should also create enough of a diversion for you two to get close enough to do what you need to do. That costume isn't going to protect you from that tank's gun. Don't need it to remind me. Oh, don't need to. I don't know what they're saying. Don't need to remind me. Got it, you guys. If you're hiding the one called Xandria, you will pay with your life. You're looking in the wrong place. Hi, how's it going? She's up there. Get us up there. Bring the main gun around. You guys ready? We're in position. John's got a direct line of sight to the drill. Good. I should have everybody's attention by now. In just a couple seconds. Fire! Sir. Damn, dude, she just jumped up and landed on the thing. We haven't seen this in the show yet. We need to see this in the show. Probably want to tell them to drop their guns. Drop your guns, drop them! They found her. Come on. They're distracted. I'm in. Just need a few seconds to alter the drill's operating system and boom. Damn, you meant that literally. What? Boom. What happened? I don't know, sir. Some kind of overload. Foreman Illis, the Juggernaut is returning. What in blazes? There's a note on her chest. What does it say? Illis, you're next. Idle threats. Untie them and repair that drill. I'll be in my quarters. Yes, sir. Get my note? Hey, how did you get in here? It wasn't that hard. Just as well, I'll kill you myself. Will you now? I guess I've been too subtle. What part of leave this planet now didn't you understand? I won't leave. Oh, you won't? Why not? Because I don't believe in you. You are clearly from a planet with a heavier gravity. You also have advanced technology and an invisible ship of some kind, and advanced body armor. All this may impress these primitive Akutum, but not me. You belong to some civilization, some peace-loving group that doesn't believe in killing. My men have been trying to kill you since the first moment they saw you, yet you've avoided killing any of them. So despite your threats, you won't kill me. You can't be sure of that. I'm not. But what I am sure of is if I abandon this operation, my superiors on Nas will certainly execute me. So I have no choice. I have to stay. Kill me if you can. Damn it. I won't kill you. Crash. Tonight, at least. He's smarter than he looks. If we can't convince him to leave without killing him, then we have a problem. Doesn't leave a lot of options. If there's one, I can stay. What? That's insane. Yeah, come on. You're going to do what? Live here and be their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? The captain was right. I tried to solve this problem and just made things worse. Like it or not, when I put on this costume, I made a commitment to these people. I have to help them fight. But you two should go back. Well, I'm not leaving, and we both outrank you, so you can't order us. We still have a few days left before that we're AWOL. Maybe we can figure something out. I think I know who she is. Last week, I told a local girl to fetch me some water. Another villager interfered. When Zanya accosted me on the Juggernaut, I knew it was her. I don't know who she is, but the girl does. Excellent. You're looking so much better, Father. I just needed a little rest. And he needs to eat. Go get that water so I can prepare supper. Yes, Mother. Oh, it's late. I should go. Don't worry, Dad. It's safe. With Zandia looking after us. Getting water. Do. Tyler, you better come take a look. Is that your friend's house? Oh no. Where is the girl? We don't know. Fine. She's on her way, you guys. Dun 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 dun. Oh my God. I just went out to get some water. Damn, straight up killed them both, you guys. Aki, I'm sorry. Ah! They're electrocuting her. It's a trap. Take her back to the ship. This is your savior? She is no hero. She has made your lives worse. She destroyed the drill. So think of her as you all have to dig with your hands. Her death should be something you will celebrate. In a moment, this engine will be turned on and she will be incinerated. The reward for the discord she caused. I'll take out the guards. You free Tala. You realize we're about to start a war with the Nas, right? Yeah, I'm usually smarter than this. Remember the death of Zandia. Remember this moment. Ah! Oh my God. Damn. She is not Zandia. I am. And we will remember this moment. Ah! Watch. Just fighting them off, you guys. Just killing them all. Blood on her sword. Aki, no! Strump. Your leaders are dead. Get on your ship and get out, or this fate awaits you. Aki, I'm so sorry. You can go now, Tala. We don't need you anymore. You can't hold yourself responsible. If you'd done nothing, who knows how many Akutum would have died. What did we do to that poor girl? We didn't do anything. They did it. And now she's the hero. An old book the captain gave me said that there are no heroes. That in life, the monsters win. Boom, that's the end, you guys. That's the end. I rated it 5 stars. I rated it 5 stars, you guys. But I do have something to say. I love the story. I love the story, right? I loved it. Loved the whole thing. But I don't like that we ended the finale without seeing the rest of the ship. We didn't get them back on the ship. I think this needed 1 or 2 more pages. We needed them back on the ship. Tala having one final conversation to follow up the conversation she had before she left. Conversation with Captain Mercer. Because before she left, she had a conversation with him, and they had, some nice moments about this situation on this planet. And he says, I don't want to know what's happening. It would have been nice to get that little follow-up. But we did not get the follow-up, you guys. We didn't get it. But it was still great. It's a great story with a great message. The monsters win. The monsters win. Now, the Nas, I think that's what they're called. I don't know if they're going to show up in season 3. It'd be kind of weird to have an alien that looks like that on the Orville. As far as like a main type of villain or something goes, I mean, if you had them in the background of like the Sanctuary episode, sure, like sitting at in the audience or one of the representatives. What, they wouldn't be representatives because they're bad. Yeah, it would have been made sense to get back on the ship for the final page or two, especially since you're ending. That's the end of season 2.5, as far as I'm aware of. I really don't think there's any more season 2.5 coming out unless they just plan it for whenever. Are they the same monsters from Maple Street? That's a great episode of the Twilight Zone. What was it? The monsters come out on Maple Street, and the monsters actually ended up being just the people, the neighbors. Because the worst of them came out when they were in fear of a nuclear bomb or what. They didn't even know what it was, really. That was a great episode. So since Tala was the star of this episode, I tried just to give her a regular voice. Usually if there's a female voice and they're, have something important to do on the page, I just give them my regular voice. But if they're just like a little one-liner here or there, I did a little bit more character-y. You will never see it the same again. The rear of the Orville is Kermit the Frog's open mouth. I've said this a few times, and it's probably too late for season 3, but we need to get JP a cameo on the Orville season 4. Oh, it's not too late for season 3. They still got half of it to film and cast for, minor characters and stuff like that. Walk-ons, background aliens, things like that. It's not too late. So whip it. Whip it good. Duh, 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 duh. But we need to get JP a cameo on the Orville season 4. Yeah, I'm just hoping we get at least I like to say 7 seasons because all the 90s Trek got 7 seasons apiece, but this isn't Star Trek. This is a whole thing with a whole other format, a whole other delivery system, a whole different world as far as the one that we live in compared to the world we lived in the 90s. But yeah, 6 seasons, I would be happy with 6 seasons. Seth already retweeted JP's song. He was a better ambassador for the show. The crew of the Orville, the production crew are pretty damn good ambassadors for the show. Tom Constantino is number 1 in my book. I think Tom is a great ambassador for the show, and maybe I'm a pretty decent ambassador for the fandom, maybe. JP's a green screen fiend. Yeah, I have talked with the show a little bit. I've talked with Lex especially about if I was ever an alien on the show, I'd want to be I'd want to be a Retepsian, maybe related to Derulio, but keep the beard. JP is from Moklis. Jaloja. Jaloja, everyone.
Jaloja!
Or little brother. Younger brother. I wouldn't be littler. I'd be younger. Yeah, I really wish there was a catch-up page at the very end of this of Heroes with the Orville flying off or something like that after a quick discussion between Tala and Ed, in the very least. What's up, Lorenzo? How you doing? Lorenzo Sleestack. Marshall, Will, and Holly went on a routine expedition. Hey, Kevin Nicholson. How you doing? Dakota says DS9 is the best. My favorite, of course, is TNG. Well, that's so great. Everybody has a different favorite Star Trek because of all the different series that we've had over the decades. TNG is my favorite. I love all the legacy Trek, but TNG is my favorite. But I have kind of fallen a little bit in love with Enterprise. Lately, the last couple of weeks, I do see some posts, some Star Trek posts. Oh, which is your favorite captain? It used to always be, Kirk or Picard. And now I'm like, I kind of like Captain Archer now. They could have JP sing Big Rock Candy Mountain. Big Cock Candy Mountain, that's different. Big Rock Candy Mountain. Big Rock Candy Mountain. From the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. Just finished watching the latest episode of Discovery. Came out and wanted to catch your show. All right. Yeah, I watched it this morning, Kevin. I'm in the middle of writing my review of it. Let's see. I don't want to give any spoilers. Because it just came out today. I don't want to give any spoilers. I love Book. I like Book a lot. Didn't care about this. Not that I didn't care. It was actually pretty good. But I wasn't as interested in the Book storyline this episode. Whatever this is. It's a live stream. What's up, Hossein? Is it really live? Yep, it's really live. Live. JP comes alive. Do you feel like I do? Wow, 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 wow. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da. Can't really spoil that show. It went bad years ago. I feel the opposite. I feel it's gone good this season. Really bad the first season. Some improvements in season 2, but a lot of it was forced. And then season 3, I've been enjoying it the whole time. Archmage says, in my headcanon, or Indiana, my headcanon, the Orville is the future descended from third rock from the sun. Yeah, the Orville is a utopian future that I really feel came from our real life. And I've said that a lot. Like the real world. I feel that Orville came from the real world that we live in. Whereas Star Trek, I feel, came from the idea of what we are, not what we really are. Really? Yeah. I'm all about season 3. Season 3 has won me over for this season. It doesn't make the previous 2 seasons any better though. But I don't have problems with. I don't carry over that type of stuff into my now. I don't carry the past into my present. I could take a singular thing for what it is. Just like there was 2 episodes of season 2 that I liked. Didn't really care for the other ones though. But 2's not enough for me to like a show. Yeah, Captain Pike was a really good thing. I am very much looking forward to Strange New Worlds. I think it'll be decent. I think. Don't know though. I don't expect good or bad. I expect, but I'm not rooting for it to fail. I think it could have a lot going for it. But we'll just have to see what they do with it first. The things they say they're doing with it all sound good to me, but words don't mean anything to me. On any show. Any show. Words don't mean nothing. Show me what you got. Because words don't mean it. People, will tell you things that you like to hear. They'll make promises. They'll tell you what they're going to do. This is that. I don't care until I see what you do. What you do is the only thing that counts. So, I don't... doesn't sound like it'll be bad, but I don't know if how good it'll be. The best episode was Kelly as Religion. Yeah, that's a great one, I was saying. The season 1 finale, Mad Idolatry. That's such a great episode. Praise Kelly B. Praise Kelly B. Yeah, that was my favorite episode of season 2. Before the Mad Idolatry finale, my favorite episode of season 1 of season 1 was If the Stars Should Appear. I just love that whole generational bioship thing, and people not realizing they're on a ship, and I love that type of storyline. And so Mad Idolatry ended up being my favorite, but for the longest time, If the Stars Should Appear was my favorite, and that's one of their lowest performing episodes, I believe. If the Stars Should Appear was supposed to be the second episode of season 1, but it didn't perform well with test audiences. FYI, I don't care about test audiences. You're basically just having people that answer Family Feud questions, Family Feud polls, watch some shows. I don't care about them. I don't even agree with them. But so they decided for the second episode they need one that was definitely a really good episode. So they moved Command Performance into the number 2 slot, where that was supposed to be episode 4. Strange New Worlds is already your favorite show. It's not mine, but I don't expect to hate it. CBS has learned a lot of lessons over the last 2 years. Hell, it might end up being that Lower Decks ends up being their best show. That might have the most staying power, I think. I think Lower Decks... One thing that Lower Decks has that is a good thing, a benefit from the old legacy Star Trek format, is that it's very much more episodic. Whereas all the current Star Trek, the new Star Trek universe shows, the new franchise, they're not episodic, they're serialized. So it's really hard just to jump into an episode where you feel like, oh God, what am I missing? Even though they've done a much better job, season 3 of Discovery is way more episodic, even though it is serialized for sure. But you kind of feel like you're getting a one mission and done type of story every episode, which is smart. They should do that, but I still wouldn't feel comfortable just jumping into a random episode. Whereas Lower Decks, you could jump into any episode and it'll be a fun story, even though it's not really Star Trek. Like I've been enjoying the new Star Trek recently, but if I'm in the mood to watch Star Trek, I'm always going to go and watch a random episode of Legacy Trek. I don't know if I'm ever going to... I don't know if I'll ever be in the mood, like years from now, 10 years from now. I don't think I'll be in the mood to go back and watch a serialized Star Trek series. I barely want to watch an entire series of the Legacy Trek. I like to jump into random episodes. So when I'm in a Star Trek mood, I always go back to random episodes of Legacy, because you can watch any episode. Any episode. If you know kind of the gist of what's going on, even if you don't, even if you never watched Star Trek, you can jump in and get a full story, beginning, middle, end, within an hour. Within an hour, you get a complete story. That's much harder with the way that the new franchise does it. Eric says, I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I didn't want to ruin my love of Picard and TNG. If you're talking about Lower Decks, oh, you might be talking about the Picard series. I love the Picard series, but I still just go back and watch TNG. I love the Picard series because it was appropriate. Most complaints that people had about it is just because they wanted to have those complaints. Sometimes they'll say story stuff. I'm like, yeah, story-wise, that part was weird. This was weird. And then other stuff, it's like, it's ruining my childhood. I'm like, no, it's not. You go back and watch TNG, it's still the same show. And nothing has changed. I really liked, because I love Picard so much, I love the Picard series. It's a very personal story, but if I'm going to watch, I'm never going to go back and, I'll probably never go back and watch the season 1 of the Picard series. I'll always go back and watch TNG, because that's Picard. Picard in the films, that's not Picard. And the Picard in the Picard series, even though I thought it was great, he was more so the Picard from the movies. Actually, I think he was better than the Picard in some of the movies. But Picard, to me, is the one from the TV series. When they put these things on in the big screen, they always change the heart of stuff. They make it appropriate for movie audiences, which is not necessary. I think Star Trek is better on television. And I'm feeling the same way about Star Wars now. I don't want to go see Star Wars in the theater. I've been enjoying Star Wars on the small screen. Mandalorian, you're getting some really nice personal stories, and they can flesh out stuff without jamming it all into the screen within a 2.5 hour period. So where you're like, my brain's not soaking any of this up, and it's not believing any of it because it's too much happening at once, whereas things can really play out on television these days. Hello from Rocket City. Hello, Rocket City. How you doing, Kevin? James Owen, how you doing? DS9 a few episodes a day. I still enjoy it. So many Egopanions, so many people that join the conversation. DS9 is their favorite Star Trek. I love DS9, but it's not my favorite Star Trek. But I love it when I hear other Trekkies. Different Trekkies have different opinions, and one show speaks to them more than other shows, and you know, all that. I think it's so cool. I've had some people say Enterprise is their favorite. I don't know if anyone said Voyager is their favorite, and I love Voyager so much. Voyager is my type of... Voyager and TNG, and of course Enterprise, those are my types of Star Trek. A ship out there with a crew, going out and having adventures. I would swear I saw a dumpster in this episode of Discovery, and it was on fire. I don't remember seeing a dumpster. I do remember seeing things on fire. By the way, the planetary effects, the FX team, when they're making planet stuff and orbits, you know, I don't want to give anything away, but being in orbit of a planet or whatever, man, that looks freaking sexy on screen. They're doing some great stuff with that. It looks so real nowadays with what they're able to do. Yeah, I love me a Voyager. DS9 has Quark and Odo and Cisco and Major Kira and O'Brien and Jake and Nog. Yeah, I love Voyager. I want my next Star Trek binge is going to be Voyager. But man, I do have a hard time with Voyager because that TNG remaster looks so good. And anytime I see an episode of Voyager, I guess I'm spoiled because the stories are always the stories, and I love the stories and the characters. But man, it is tough not to have a remastered version of Voyager or DS9. Really, you pop on TNG, oh, it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What's up, unpopular streamer? And Worf is better in DS9. Worf. Daddy Lorian. Ha Grogu.
Grogu, my name.
Where's...
Baba, where is?
Oh, everybody loves Garrick, actually. People are always bringing up Garrick from DS9. Hey, are you having that? How you doing? Are you having that? It's a great channel, a fun channel. Do you like beer? Do you like beer? Do you like to know what people think of beer? And what happens to them when they drink beer and have fun? Check out Are You Having That on YouTube. How you doing, leather jacket guy? Hype! Yeah, I'm thinking about that, Archmage. Archmage says pop Voyager on a CRT TV, and it actually feels really warm and great. Oh, man. I have to go find an old TV and then actually want to put it in my little apartment and then hook it up. Probably have to be some adapters. Yeah, because I'm all digital with streaming and stuff. There's no coaxial or any outputs, really. Everybody has a Yoda voice. Yoda voice I have. Who would win in a face slap battle? Grogu or Groot? Well, that'd be baby Groot. Well, Groot doesn't have the Force. But Baby Yoda hasn't... And actually, I appreciate this. Baby Yoda has really only used the Force... Well, in the latest episode, as a little testing thing. But really, he's only used the Force to steal some cookies. Whereas in Season 1, they're throwing out, oh, he's got a little Force this, a little Force that. Let's stop a giant space rhino from doing some stuff. Whereas this season, I think they've been they've refrained. A happy refrain. And they haven't had really any Force stuff going on, which I appreciate. Falcon Salty Jabroni, Bass Ackwards. Hey, Orville Nation, how's it going? Orville Nation just dropped a super chat as well. Oh, I actually owe you, a couple of you, some sound drops. Do it.
Where's Gordon's Lake?
That's for Are You Having That? And Orville Nation, you're going to go ahead and get a...
We must return to the dance! The night is ours!
That it is. Thank you, Orville Nation. And Are You Having That? And Pranakashi, you guys are helping to keep the lights on here at Egotastic FunTime. Which I'm actually... I have an interview on Monday for a job. Because I think it's time to get a job. Still do Egotastic FunTime, but also get a job. It'll make it a lot tougher, a lot less time to get stuff done, but I'm still going to get stuff done. Orville Nation says, I really like Enterprise, JP. By the time you finish reading this, I have probably already lost 20 subs just for saying this. Enterprise is the best. I love Enterprise. If you don't like Enterprise, then you don't like Enterprise, and you're missing out. But I say that about everything. Every franchise, every show. Oh, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Well, other people do, though. And then some that don't. Some people like it, some people hate it, and some people think it's okay. That can be said about every franchise, every show. Yeah, you can talk about last week's Mandalorian. It's been a week. I just don't like doing it the first day or two. But if it's been a week, talk about whatever you want. Everybody else, you should have just watched it. Sorry. Baby Yoda's like a baby Q. Hey, Pranakasha Productions just dropped $20 super chat. That's a,
Oh my God. Oh God. My God. This is so good. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. That is so good.
Pranakasha Productions on YouTube. You can see the latest videos have me in it, JP, from the Star Trek Orville crossover series, Egotastic Trek. JP's going back to the grind. I'm trying not to. Just because it's going to take away time. A lot of time. So maybe I'll be able to put maybe a video up a week. Dan Crane! Good luck on your job interview. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that.
She speaks with the might of 100 soldiers.
Thank you very, very much. Some people like Led Zeppelin. Some like Mozart. We like both. I thought Mozart was a sellout, but hey, that's me. Music just wasn't the same after he got popular. Oh yeah, Epic Battle with Music and JP just dropped today. Oh, nice. All right, Pranakasha Productions. You can see some JP over there. And then, let me see here. Let me do... Boom. Yeah, jobs steal your soul. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But hey, I gotta take care of things. Let me tell you guys. Let's get a little personal. Unpopular streamer. Most streamers are unpopular, right? Led Mozart. I met somebody. So for the last 2 years, it's just been me. It's been me by myself. I can handle barely getting by, you know, missing meals, stuff like that. But I met somebody, and it's given me motivation to be more, to build a life with somebody, and it's not just me anymore. So I'm like, I want to not just get by anymore. I want to be better, be in a better place in order to support this life that I want to build with this person. So it's very much inspired me to think just beyond myself and just barely getting by and things like that. So yeah, that's a little bit of my motivation to kick things up a notch. And you know, I want to be able to say, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. You know, save up to, you know, we might be getting a place not soon in the summer, which is a long time away. Don't want to rush things too hardcore, else, you know, if you rush too soon, things don't work out. But yeah, I've met somebody, you guys, and it's really inspired me to not just be the guy that's just barely getting by for the sake of his art, to be a starving artist, because I have other people, another person to think about now. H. John Bond Benjamin. Yeah, you don't really know Mozart till you watch his operas. Well, I prefer Mozart in the original Klingon. Who would you like to see guest star as a Jedi in The Mandalorian? Well, that's a tough one because it's too late now, but I would really love to never come across a Jedi in The Mandalorian. I love that The Mandalorian, when it started, was kind of its own thing. It's following a whole other tree, but now it's really getting into the Star Wars realm, which is fine. They're doing a great job with it. But I kind of like keeping the Force and all that stuff. Just keep it on the Baby Yoda. Just keep it on the Baby Yoda. But it seems like it's really cool, the stuff they're doing. I really love how they've incorporated, you know, Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff like that into the live action series. But the story is getting more and more complicated. Still good though. Still liking it. But I am missing the times when it was really just the Mandalorian, doing Mandalorian stuff and trying to figure out what to do with this stupid green baby that keeps eating frogs. Thanks, Orville Nation. Yeah, the person I met is really great, and I've been in a lot of long-term relationships, and they were good for the most part until they weren't. This is different. I've had enough experience to know when something is different. So this is different and in a good way. Well, Ahsoka made an appearance, and I guess we're going to be getting Thrawn, I would expect. I'm assuming that Ahsoka will be back. I'm assuming Ahsoka and Bo-Katan will be back this season for at least, you know, the finale. Just like with last season, you know, we were introduced to Cara Dune and IG-11 and Carl Weathers. I can't remember his name. And then they all became a big deal for the finale. I'm guessing they're going to do that. We've had some guest stars in this season so far. There's only a couple episodes left. We've had some guest stars, and I'm sure they'll return for the finale, the 2-episode finale. What's up, M. Murmur? Doing good. We just did a live reading of the Orville Season 2.5, Season 2.5 finale, Heroes Part 2, which was a lot of fun. It was great. Had some thoughts about it that I wish they would have done at the end, but it was a lot of fun. And now we're just chatting about nerdy stuff like we do. was hard to take my eyes off of Ahsoka. Of course, Rosario Dawson played her, but the way she looked, I mean, I remember the I don't really watch the animated stuff, but I'm aware of that character. I've seen that character many times over the years, and thumbnails and memes and video clips and stuff like that. I always thought she looked cool. But to see her live was so cool, and I couldn't take my eyes off of her because everything was very dark around her because of the situation they were in. But every time she flipped on the lightsabers, the light on her face just made her face look like it was glowing. And I was like, wow, striking, very striking. But also, I love Rosario Dawson, so I was also just remembering Rosario Dawson every time. She's my favorite manager at movies. Will we see Mando do some kung fu? There's been some great fighting. Actually, that fight that they had last week with Ahsoka and Philippa Georgiou, the Jedi, the Darth Georgiou, was a really good fight. Baby Yoda is impressive, most impressive, but he is not a Jedi yet. He's too old. He's too old to be trained. We've seen what happened. So, okay, Baby Yoda is like 52 years old. I'm guessing Baby Yoda was part of the Jedi Academy for little baby Jedis back when Anakin was there, or tearing it up, or killing younglings. Orville, there's been no official... Well, Orville just started filming the rest of season 3. They still got about 5.5, 6 episodes to film. It'll take months to do it. There's, of course, been no announcement as to when season 3 will return. My best guess, though, is summer or fall. We can deep fake David Carradine as a kung fu bounty hunter. Oh, I'm guessing we might also see Timothy Oliphant again this season for the finale. I'm guessing. Very hot she was. Being as the Mandalorian is heavily influenced by kung fu. Well, it's heavily influenced by kung fu, like Seventh Samurai, the A-Team, Knight Rider, all the best 80s stuff. 80s action TV shows. It's based... I get a little bit of all those shows from every episode. So there's some Kurosawa stuff going on. Spaghetti Western, Clint Eastwood stuff going on. And then just straight up Knight Rider and A-Team. Haven't seen much Highway to Heaven, but, you know, just wait. We still got a few episodes left. Thanks, Lone Puppy. But yeah, eventually they will make an announcement as to when the Orville is returning, and of course, I'll be right here on the YouTubes day one when we find that out. Thanks, Kevin. It is. I'm excited. She's a great person. Ireland says hello. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Ireland. One of my dreams is to make it to Dublin at some point. Yeah, Kung Fu was 70s. Except for when they did the... they came back with Kung Fu. What was that? Early 90s? Was that the early 90s they brought Kung Fu back with Carradine? the Magvalorian. Baby Yoda was a youngling that was saved from Order 88. I think Palpatine saved him to use for his Snoke clothes. Yeah, I kind of feel that as well. They need his midichlorians for something. Probably that. I think that's what we figured in season 1. It's probably to make some Snoke clones. Which if some Snoke clone company hasn't come up with Snoke clones yet and make a bunch of Star Wars themed Snoke clones as their business, they're missing out. That's a moneymaker. Yeah, I'd love to see Ireland as well. I have a few friends in Dublin, but I've never been. I've been to Europe. I've been to the UK a couple times. Forget Dublin, come to Kerry where they filmed Star Wars. I'll do both. If I'm going, I'm going to make it a big old trip. Yeah, it could be Super Troopers, like a bunch of stormtroopers with some powers. Now, I don't think Moff Gideon has any powers, but I bet you Moff Gideon would like to have some powers. So it could even be something as simple as Moff Gideon wants some powers to go along with that dark saber. Well, didn't they imply a new clone army this season? I don't know. Maybe they did. If they did, I missed it. But I wasn't. I've been missing a lot of. I haven't been going back to really look at the dialogue. And so the Expanse is. Let me look at the schedule, the calendar here. The Expanse comes out. What, in 2 weeks? Less than 2 weeks? So, The Expanse is, of course, great, but it's an Amazon original now. So, when I do the watch parties for Egotastic Twitch on Fridays, I always watch stuff that is on Amazon Prime, because Amazon owns Twitch, and they're integrated. So, if you have Amazon Prime and you connect it with your Twitch account, which is click, 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 easy to do. When I'm doing a watch party and the show is available in your region, it just plays on my Twitch page. I'm there talking, but the thing is playing. You have full control of the volume, subtitles, this is that, of everything independently. So I always use Amazon Prime. Now, The Expanse being an Amazon Prime original, and being an original means it's available worldwide, all regions. So when The Expanse comes out on Fridays, we will be watching the latest episode of The Expanse that came out that day or that week. So if you do not yet follow Egotastic FunTime on Twitch and you're if you are interested in our Expanse watch parties, make sure that you follow the link down below and follow so that you get notified when we go live with those watch parties. Now, for those of you that may not know, the season 5 of The Expanse is coming up in less than 2 weeks. But it has been renewed for season 6. But season 6 will be the final season. But we don't have to worry about that till next year. Next December. Okay, JP is Burl Ives singing Big Rock Candy Mountain on the porch of a 1930s style house in the holodeck on the Orville. Can I be the snowman? Wasn't Burl Ives the snowman in the Christmas movies from back in the day, the stop motion stuff? I don't think they'd have two big antagonists in the series, and Supreme Admiral Thrawn seems like another big bad for the series. So my guess is they're connected. Yeah, maybe we'll get a teaser for Thrawn that will lead into season 3. But also remember, like in the second episode, Boba Fett, like the dude that was looking, no, the first episode, I think, wasn't Boba Fett like in a robe, all shaved head, looking down at the Mandalorian as he got his armor, and he walked off, and that was the last we ever seen or heard of that connection with Moff Gideon. Gotcha. All right, I can be the snowman, you guys. Frosty the Snowman. Been watching Star Wars the Animated Series just to self-educate myself on the current and upcoming characters on The Mandalorian and how they relate to one another. Yeah, they're really using those Clone Wars Rebels characters, you guys. I know hardly anything about that stuff except for that it exists. I knew Bo-Katan was Mandalorian from the other school of Mandalorian thought, and that she had the Darksaber, and that the Darksaber was lost. I knew that, and I knew that it was Katie Sackhoff that voiced her. So that was really cool when she showed up. As soon as she showed up, I knew who she was, even though I barely know anything about that whole animated universe. And then, of course, when Rosario Dawson showed up as Ahsoka, I don't know anything about Ahsoka except for that it's a character, and I've seen her a bunch on the internet. But I knew the connection. And then the weird little cat that they've had a few times on the show running around. Supreme Admiral Throng in drag. A Throng thong. Throng, 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 throng. We can work that out. Yes, Boba Fett was in the desert watching Mando. I forgot about him. Yeah, I did too, because it was just a 2-second thing. But I'm like, wait a minute. That's got to come into play at some point. I noticed that Mando's armor has lots of empty spaces between the various pieces, so a well-placed blaster shot could still take him out. Oh, I'm sure. I don't know if... Does he have a absolutely 100% complete... the hell's the armor called? Butt fart armor? What is it? Beskar armor. Yeah, I haven't checked out Katie's YouTube channel yet, though it is my intention, because I do think she's great. I don't necessarily care for all her characters that she pops up in, but as a person, I think she's really entertaining and great and really cool. Yeah, Stormtroopers aren't known for their well-placed shots. Yeah, it'd have to be somebody else to take that shot. Yeah, the origin of Mandalore Death Watch. Wasn't it like Children of the Watch and then Death Watch? I can't remember. I can't remember what the other ones are. I kind of feel like it was Children of the something. All right, we hit that hour-and-a-half mark, you guys. So it is time to wrap up our Egotastic FunTime live-action stream. This isn't animated. Some people think it is. It's not. It's this live action, you guys. It's more expensive that way. Actually, no, it'd be more expensive animated. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, enjoying the Orville Heroes Part 2 as I read it out of my face hole, and all your support and awesome conversation. Next thing I am working on, scripts already in the works, is my review of what's that show called? Star Trek Discovery, and then also just figuring out more and more stuff to keep putting out, and as well as more Orville content. Orville content is going to be coming like gangbusters over the next weeks and months, and because stuff's finally happening. Stuff is finally happening. Season 3 is back in production. I don't know if they filmed anything yet. No, they might have filmed something by now. Probably pickup shots. They still have a lot of pickup shots from what they filmed so far. The first, well, not in sequential order, but 5.5 episodes of stuff that they filmed already. They realized, oh, we need more stuff. So I want to thank you for your support, your patience, your camaraderie, the community awesomeness that you guys bring. Feel free to click on all the stuff below if you want to find me in other spots. Twitter, you're already on YouTube. Twitch is very important. We'll be there tomorrow for the Star Trek double feature watch party. And if you want to help support the channel, Patreon is a great way to do that, as well as it's pinned to the top of the chat. You can donate to Egotastic FunTimes PayPal, drop a few bucks in there. It all goes towards paying the bills and keeping the lights on so we can keep doing Egotastic FunTime. I'll see you guys very soon, and as always, I hope all your times are Egotastic FunTimes!
Egotastic time, Egotastic FunTime. Give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your 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 money.